Hey guys, it's me bringing you a video for day 8 and things are going really well. I'm starting slowly but surely to stick to my eating routine because I haven't been going to shops or been around it. My sugar cravings and temptation is quite low. But I think if you were in an environment where maybe you had children or you worked in a shop or maybe in the hospitality industry, I think it would be a lot tougher because there's temptation around. But also, I think maybe even though it's harder, in the long run, it will serve you well because when you are around something nice like a cake or sugar, it doesn't trigger you as hard. Me not being around it often enough, when I am, it does hit me because I'm not used to it as at all. For example, I think I'm speaking out my ass here, but let's say an alcoholic who works in a bar and still doesn't drink is going to resist temptation a lot more than a person who stays away from everyone and anything that involves in alcohol. And then, even maybe after a year later, if they are around alcohol, it might be harder for them. So, I think sometimes exposing yourself a little bit or constant exposure to the thing that is your trigger or your addiction and resisting it will make you stronger in the end. That's just how it is. But I definitely don't recommend going out there and forcing yourself. Like, I'm not about to go buy myself chocolate and just keep it in the fridge so I can see it every day and say, no, I will not. That's just why. Why do that, hey? I also want to say, guys, be very, very, very careful. Caffeine is highly addictive. I'm not actually talking about coffee. I'm just talking about Monster or Red Bull. Because I've noticed that, let's say I'm feeling kind of tired, I didn't sleep so well, I've got a full busy day ahead, and let's say I'll drink a Monster, sugar-free Monster. Even though I get good sleep that night and I'm revitalized and I'm full of energy the next day, I feel like I have a tendency to want another Monster. So I found that high caffeinated beverages like Monster or Red Bull, it can be very, very easy to get hooked on them. And you know what? Weirdly enough, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that the caffeine doesn't actually make you less tired. It just, adrenaline makes your heart pump and you like a little bit paranoid and so forth. Where if you're tired, you just should constantly drink water. It oxygenates your brain and it helps with staying focused, which is true because I've noticed, if I'm tired and I drink a Monster, I'm still tired. I just feel pumped, but not always in a nice way. I don't know. Sometimes I drink caffeine and I feel good, like woohoo. And sometimes I drink caffeine and I'm sitting there shaking and my heart's pumping and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. So caffeine also affects me differently. I don't know if that's the same for everyone else or just me, but I'm pretty sure I can't be the only one in the world experiencing that. Same with about 4 weeks ago, I tried kombucha. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but that fermented tea. And I kid you not, I had like 3, 4 sips and I felt tipsy, like I had been drinking alcohol. Yeah, and it goes away quite quickly, but still I felt it, and it tasted really bad, so I put it in the fridge. And then, like 2 weeks ago, I decided, you know what, let me just finish it because it was expensive. And again, I drank it, and it made me feel a bit buzzed, eh? But again, it quickly went away. So yeah, and I thought that was weird, but I met someone else who also experienced it, but then other people don't experience it. So it's quite weird sometimes the way the body responds to things. What I did want to say, guys, is I think in life these days, what a very neat trick to learn is to be very self aware of your actions and your consumption of products. So that if you go, you know what, I've been eating or drinking or using this product a bit too much, maybe I should step it back a bit and regulate how often I use it, because there's a good chance in doing that you might be preventing an addiction, especially if it is a physical or mental addiction that you are slowly developing. Actually, addiction might not be the right word. I think I'm meaning habit, your habit. So, for example, if you start drinking, let's say, a Monster every single day at this time, chances are your body is going to start making you want to feel tired so that you go buy it. Or if you start doing something, let's say, I'm going to make a stupid example. Let's say, I'm trying to think of a bad habit now. Okay, cool. You become a social smoker. the more situations that you're in where you can socialize, the more likely it is that you are going to smoke. And then the more frequently it will increase until you are full on smoker. Because smoking, the substance itself, is addictive, not necessarily always the procedure of doing it. Yeah. So it also depends, is it a physical addiction or is it a mental addiction? But yeah, just be careful and regulate yourself. I know it happened with my partner, my boyfriend. He said to me straight, he noticed that he was drinking too many monsters, so he tapered it down, and now he'll have a monster every now and then. So before something became a habit or an addiction, he tapered it down. So I think it's very important to be self-aware, to go, I've been swearing too much this week. I need to be careful, because otherwise it's going to become quite the problem. So let's dial down my swearing, which is actually something I have noticed about myself. Or I've been exercising too much, or I've been going to bed lately an hour later than I'm supposed to, or this, and this. Be self-aware of yourself, and then instead of having this big mess that you need to fix at the end of the year, you're constantly improving and resetting and regulating yourself so that no small problem becomes a big problem. So basically, self-regulate, self-aware, don't lie to yourself. And it will just make life easier, because rather make small improvements consistently than big improvements that are just so much harder to do because it's been ingrained in your routine and brain. Alright, let's see. Oh, I was actually on a walk the other day, and you know what I was thinking to myself? Probably it's being done, but damn, I wish I had a PhD doctorate in psychology and addiction, guys. I would have loved to try and work on the concept of curing addiction. Imagine, let's say a person's an alcoholic, and let's say after 2 years of treatment, they can, not frequently, but every now and then, drink alcohol without it becoming a binge or over the top, and then not touch it again for a while. How cool would it be to cure addiction, hey? I've actually started researching to see, is there any study or science being done on it? Because, I mean, look how amazing we are these days. People are starting to be able to unfold our genetic codes. People are exploring space. Surely in the future, one day, we'd be able to tap into a person's psyche and remove addiction. I don't know. Hey? Anyways, that's all I have to say today. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, be self-aware, and don't forget, self-love is very important, guys. You don't want to be 80 and start learning how to love yourself. Start today. Find out ways to improve the way you look at yourself and love yourself more. Alrighty, bye.